Hey folks, Patrick Cooper here with another Three Songs Thursday series. Here in New Orleans, Louisiana on a rather gloomy, rainy day. It happens in New Orleans. First I'm going to do the shirt reveal because it ties in with the first song I'm going to do. As you see, it says Buddy Flett. And for those of you who don't know, Buddy Flett is a great musician out of Shreveport, where I grew up. Great blues man, R&B, singer, songwriter, guitarist extraordinaire. And I always admired Buddy's work, but I didn't actually know Buddy very well until Bob Merrick, my friend and co-writing partner, introduced me to him formally. And just a great, also a good guy. And so this is his shirt. If you happen to be in Shreveport on a Tuesday evening, go to Twisted Root, unless it's during the winter months when it gets too cold. And Buddy holds down a Tuesday night residency at Twisted Root. So anyway, this first song Buddy wrote with David Egan, another great performer out of Shreveport originally. And Percy Sledge actually recorded this song that Buddy and David wrote. They don't come cheap when they look like that, so hard to keep when they move so fast. But soon you'll find it's for the best. Leave the past behind and the hurt to rest. But first you cry and then you sigh. Somebody lied and you can't run and hide. Don't be so sad, it ain't so bad. You get by, but first you cry. Rock candy mountains, streets of gold. How all the promises, they just grow cold. But soon you'll find there'll be warmer days. You'll be feeling fine. You'll just walk away. But first you cry and then you sigh. Somebody lied and you can't run and hide. Don't be so sad, it ain't so bad. You get by, but first you cry. Don't look back, there's nothing to gain. You can't find happiness without a little rain. But first you cry and then you sigh. Somebody lied and you can't run and hide. Don't be so sad, it ain't so bad. You get by, but first you cry. Well, you get by, but first you cry. Great song written by Buddy Flett and David Egan called First You Cry. And there's at least one YouTube video that I've seen of Percy Sledge doing this song live. So if you did a search, you could probably find it. Okay, this next song is a song that I wrote with Bob, speaking of Bob Merrick. It's kind of a bittersweet song that Bob and I wrote together. It's about my friend and Bob's brother, Bill Merrick, who passed away not long ago. I don't think it's even been 2 years yet. And Bill's birthday was in just this past late July. And so obviously it just reminds us of how glad we were to have him around and in our lives for as long as we did. The song is called It's a Little Hard to Say Goodbye. Poetry's way out there, slices of life, schools of thought, journaling the life you saw, living the life that you saw. Upside, logic be gone, it was a long and a fun ride. Roller coaster mind and mood, with Jesus as your guide. Now it's a little hard to say goodbye. Don't believe it's the final bound. You're too good to give up. You will show up somehow. You always did. Show up somehow. You always did. Now it's a little hard to say goodbye. Memories, young and bold, sunny days, funny nights, secret jokes, subtle pokes, travels and special sights. You never met a stranger, everyone was a child of God. Sucker tattooed on your forehead, give another dollar nod. But now it's a little hard to say goodbye. Don't believe it's the final bound. You're too good to give up. You will show up somehow. You always did. Show up somehow. You always did. Now it's a little hard to say goodbye. You loved and were loved by all who met you, guys. That's why it makes it a little hard to say say goodbye. You never knew what hit you. A one-act play was in the works. Sleep, my friend, don't look back. It's one of life's perks. Your gift was your talent. Your humor was so dry. Your talent was your gift. You made us laugh and cry. Now it's a little hard to say goodbye. Don't believe it's the final bound. You're too good to give up. You will show up somehow. You always did. Show up somehow. You always did. A little hard to say goodbye. Say goodbye, brother Bill. Say goodbye. We miss you, Bill. All right. This last song was written by Tim Hardin, who was a really, really great singer-songwriter. Back in the day, as they say. He wrote this song, and he also wrote If I Were a Carpenter. This song, the first version I ever heard of it was actually not the Tim Hardin version. It was by Rod Stewart. But then I did my research, which I always like to do, about who writes stuff, and I saw that Tim Hardin wrote it. And that made sense because it's a really good song. Tim was a great songwriter. See what you think. If I listen long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe it's all true. Knowing that you lied, straight face while I cried, still I look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give, never think about myself. If I had the chance to change your mind, I'd find a way to leave the past behind. Knowing that you lie, straight face while I cry, still I look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give. Never think about myself. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give. Never think about myself. If I listen long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe it's all true. Knowing that you lied, straight face while I cried, still I look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give. Never think about myself. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give. Never think about myself. One from the great Tim Hardin, as recorded later on by Rod Stewart, called Reason to Believe. I actually have time to do a guitar explanation review. I can't remember if I've done this guitar before, but I like it so much, I'm going to do it again. Oops, I don't know if you can see very well. It's kind of faded, but on the headstock it says Gibson, but very, very almost obliterated. You see the G and part of the N, I think. But it's also quite I kind of love shaggy guitar stories. This guitar is also kind of a Frankentar or Frankenstein guitar. The body, as you can see, it's scarred up quite a bit, been through a lot. The body is a 1948 Gibson J50, which was like the J45, but it had a natural top instead of sunburst. Somebody then, as you can see, stained it quite a bit all around. Not the guy I bought it from, but somebody did. I'm guessing to hide so many of the cracks and scars. Luckily, it's totally stable, though. I've had people check it out who know what they're doing, and they told me, yeah, all the cracks have been cleated and stabilized. So then what happened is the neck is not the neck that came from the original guitar. It's from another Gibson. What happened when I bought this Gibson from a fella in St. Louis, I loved the guitar, I loved the way it sounded. It's got that old dried up wood that gives it real thumpy Gibson sound, but the neck was kind of narrow and looked like it had been shaved down at one point to make it even more narrow, maybe from somebody's hands that were a little small. Mine aren't very big, but I tend to like necks that are a little thicker and beefier. Well, incredibly, I found online just the neck of a 1948 neck from another Gibson. We think it was probably an LOO, but the necks can be interchangeable at this point. So then I got Aaron Younce at Benjamin Strange Guitar Works here in New Orleans to take off the old neck, which I still have kept in case somebody wants the old neck. I don't see him ever selling this guitar. It means a lot to me. But anyway, so he then attached the new neck, and it was real tricky to do. You have to really know what you're doing. These guys, Aaron and Benjamin, are real pros. So anyway, he attached the new neck because it's a little bigger and a little beefier that they made in 1938. So again, to regroup, repeat, the body 1948 J50, the neck 1938 Gibson, we think LOO. But anyway, that's the story about this guitar. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to this new 3 Songs Thursday episode. You take care. See you next time.